Hi, this is a video message that's actually for the students from my college class. Um, if you are a student or someone else who might find this message helpful, feel free to watch it. Please feel free to share it. But this particular message I am videoing specifically for my students because ordinarily what I would do is at the end of the semester, I send out a farewell email where I congratulate everyone for making it to the end and I wish them future success, whether they are graduating or going on to internship or doing some more classes, whatever the case may be. And more than anyone, the college students who were doing classes in 2020 have done something that no one else alive has had to do, and that's work through college courses through a global pandemic. And most parents will tell their kids, don't complain because I had to walk to school uphill in the snow both ways and all this kind of stuff. But you guys will get to tell your kids that you had to go to school during a worldwide health crisis and that you still successfully did your work. And so well done to you guys. And I don't say that flippantly because I know a lot of you have had a lot of struggles financially, physically, your health has been affected, emotionally. Some of you lost your jobs, some of you lost loved ones, and it's been very painful and it's been up and down. But you guys have really done a good job at making sure that even despite all these things, you stayed focused and you did the work that needed to be done in order to successfully complete this term. And I gotta say, that takes so much resilience and you should be very proud of yourself. So I say all that to say that I wanted to send that congratulatory message to you guys. That was the intention. But the day that I was going to post that to our Blackboard server, which is the server that I use to communicate with my students, was the day that I found out that George Floyd was murdered. And that sincerely threw me for a loop. I watched the video and I saw what happened, and it was just so mind-blowing and disturbing to witness that happen to another human being. I know that there are some people who said that they didn't want to watch it. And that is a perfectly valid response. Not wanting to see that happen to another person is normal. I personally did feel like I wanted to watch it because I wanted to, in some way, witness and be in that experience in honoring the last moments of his life. And if you made a different decision, that's totally fine. But yeah, it definitely affected me emotionally, and it's affected a lot of us. And especially if you are a member of the Black community, that affected you even more profoundly because it is not just a single incident, but it is something that is representative of a long line of injustices and disparities that our community is subjected to. And racism and discrimination is always playing in the background. And that didn't stop just because COVID came along. That was still going on, and it just was highlighted for the rest of the world who sometimes tunes it out. And other people finally kind of got a chance to see in full, vivid, living color exactly the kind of brutality that many people have to face and are fearful of on a daily basis. So it's hard, it's rough. Those of you who are in my class, we've talked about how stress and how trauma can have an effect not only on your brain psychologically, but on your body physically. I'm not going to rehash any of the chapters that we covered in class, but you know that these are things that have an impact negatively, and that repeated continual exposure is draining. And if you feel drained, that's a normal response. I want you to know that. If you feel tired, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you don't know how you feel, that is normal. That is okay. I tried to make sure that all of you knew that there were resources available for you if you needed to talk to someone from the university and from other different sources. And there are more sources that are available that I will be linking in the description below. And so I do want you to know that you are being thought of and that you are not alone. And if you are going through just more emotional turmoil in addition to all the other things that you've had to deal with, you don't have to go through it by yourself. There are many people who are in this community who are all pulling together to work to bring healing and reconciliation within our community, and who are working to bring change and improvement in the wider community, in the wider society. If you are not a person who is Black, you might not recognize the depths of just the historical nature of what many of your Black classmates and friends and family are dealing with right now. If you don't understand, that's okay too. It's fine to not really understand. But I do invite you to listen. I do invite you to have an open mind and an open heart. Do not be dismissive of your classmates and your colleagues and your friends and your family whose experience you might not know about, that you might not understand. Be open. And I really do want to encourage everyone, even if you feel, well, I'm not a racist. I want you to be more than just not racist. I want you to be actively anti-racist. I want you to actively use your voice and use your influence and use your ability to connect with other people to help them understand that there are things that affect different communities differently, and that it's important to bring attention to helping those communities that are disproportionately impacted by some of these things. I want you guys to know that there's help available. It's going to be in the links in the description below. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, I'm available then too. Peace.